it's now officially Tuesday, November 8th.
One, two, three, two, two, three.
How are you adjusting to the recent win of Donald Trump becoming the President of the United States?
Well, that's a pretty easy adjustment.
Oh.
There's really nothing happening right now.
It was definitely a bummer. I didn't really like my choices. It was definitely the lesser of two evils for me. I didn't like Donald Trump at all. Didn't like Hillary Clinton really, but you know, when you put things in a balance, he is definitely not as fit to be president as she is.
He is a businessman, so businessmen plan.
Do you think that because he's a businessman and not a politician?
Oh yeah, businessmen are used to planning ahead. You have to. If you don't, you don't stay in business.
Okay.
You go out of business because business doesn't come to you. You have to go get it.
Now America is once again at a moment of reckoning. Powerful forces are threatening to pull us apart. Bonds of trust and respect are fraying. And just as with our founders, there are no guarantees. It truly is up to us.
How do people in your area, Grants Pass, feel about the recent win with Donald Trump becoming president?
I think it's kind of half and half. There's a bunch of people here who voted for him, and this county voted for him overwhelmingly. But there's definitely some folks in town who don't feel that way. But yeah, I would say, I mean, it's definitely more than half and half. But there's definitely some folks around here who don't like Donald Trump.
I don't know. Just further you go west, the more liberal society is as a whole. And it's almost graduated from state to state. I've traveled all over, and Tennessee's different from North Carolina. Texas is different from Tennessee. Colorado's different from Texas. You know, Nevada's different from, you know, in California and Oregon and Washington obviously are much more different. So
that's where you go, basically.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting, you see a lot more churches and stuff on the East Coast and the South than you do out West. Not that they don't have churches, it's just not the number of them.
I want the entire corrupt Washington establishment to hear our words. When we say, you know what we're going to say? We're going to win today, and we're going to Washington, D.C. to drain the swamp. Absolutely.
How do you feel about the protests that are going on against Donald Trump? Do you think that these protests will make a difference or a change? Like maybe Trump will be impeached?
No.
So you think
it's just a bunch of kids who are angry because they lost. You know.
So even if they were to go on for about a month, you think that would?
They won't go on for a month. But I just think there's a bunch of people who are just want to be angry about life. This is just an opportunity for them to go out and tear stuff up and throw stuff and cuss at people, and you know, just not. We live in a free country, so.
I think they're a good thing. I think that it's Americans exercising their freedom of speech, which is what Donald Trump has been doing this whole time. I think it's good to see both sides. I don't think there should be one side that dominates. And if people are unhappy about it, they have the right to say so. And so I think the protests are a good thing. I don't necessarily think, you know, for him to be impeached, there would have to be some kind of like civil wrongdoing rather than people just disliking him or disliking his values. So who knows, that it could, I feel like it would definitely put pressure on Washington, D.C. And some of its wealthy affiliates, you know, because if the people aren't happy, not going to go smoothly for folks at the White